It is better to be miserable with money than without money by UG Krishnamurti. Hello everyone, this is author PB Flower. Welcome to the 9th episode of my podcast. Today's topic for discussion is related to money. And money is very closely related to happiness. Why? Because of the society we live in, of course. Now we cannot escape the money-making loop. Unfortunately, money is never enough. All because we don't have a threshold. We don't have a line that remains resolute no matter what. We keep extending our goals. It keeps changing when it comes to money, maybe because of inflation or maybe because of the changing circumstances in our personal life, or maybe it's the societal norms that are changing. But as Yuji said, it is better to be miserable with than without. Another angle that I came across with related to money was profit. And when I was writing my series, I have tried to point that out. So when we see how money attracts money and we want to make more and more of it, we want to make more and more of profit from it. So let's read an excerpt from my series Al Khandan to understand this, or as how I understood it. So in this, my favorite characters, of course, Eklavya and Zenith are here, and Eklavya is trying to explain something to Zenith related to money. So he's saying when money and power are in the equation, then most of what is done is for profit. True consumers are still getting the leftover. And somewhere along the line of curing world hunger or curing cancer by using latest technology, noble cause is getting lost to profit making. So what is Eklavya trying to say here is that we know money is necessary evil and humans need to make it in order to survive in the society. Everything except for probably air and sunlight as of now costs money, even water. And Eklavya is saying that because we need money to survive and we never arrive anywhere satisfactory in terms of goals, as we cannot get that high, or the threshold keeps changing, that our noble cause is then getting tainted. Whenever we try to fix something using money, it is out of guilt or personal benefit. That's what he's trying to explain to Zenith. So let's read another excerpt to understand one or more way that we try to fix things using money and how tainted it is. So a prominent approach of fixing world problem is by charity. And Zenith's character is pro-charity. She's very liberal and a feminist. Of course, being the objective entity that he is, Eklavya does not believe in it. He does not believe in giving out anything for free. He does not believe in anything that is attained without using your innate ability. So here in this excerpt, Eklavya is saying, donate time or money is the easiest way to feel good about themselves. So Zenith is responding by saying, those are some of the selfless things to do. So Eklavya is correcting her. Nothing is selfless. Self and less cannot exist. So Zenith mutters in disagreement, saying, sharing was caring, I thought. And Eklavya is saying, only when you get robbed, that is most selfless sharing. If it is to make yourself feel good out of guilt, of hoarding too much, it is not sharing. And Zenith was amazed how coldly he condemned charity. In our society, charity is a big part of all these super rich people. They give a little away to feel good and to build their image, maybe for tax benefit, again, to make money, because money makes money, money attracts money, and there is profit in it. So as per Eklavya, he would not give a dime out for free. He says he believes in that he made it and he will keep it, because he knows how he made it, and only he can respect it. So Zenith is now asking him, so is it all wrong then? So Eklavya is responding by saying, nothing is wrong or right. I'm just stating for what it is. Any act of charity is associated with guilt or self-grandeur. So when I wrote this, I attempted to explain how guilt and charity are very closely related and that money is the reason behind it. People who hoard too much tend to give out some, but only enough so that it doesn't, impact them in a negative way. But actually it benefits them in some way. So, and although we know we cannot, buy happiness with money, of course, but it can give momentary peace and pleasure and fulfill our basic need, probably to eat. But even that is not basic anymore, like I discussed in my previous podcast, one of my previous podcasts. Because maybe for rich, food is more of a hobby, But if it was survival in nature, equation will very quickly balance out in a different way. Probably the wealthiest would be the first to get weeded out. And that brings me to my next excerpt, which is from my third book from the series, All Call None. And in there I have a chapter where it's kind of a future foretelling of downfall of humans on Earth. I think it's named Eradication of Humans on Earth, something like that. And how Earth is taken over by another species. By the way, that species is already living among us, is how I have theorized it. And Eklavya and his many avatars and all the parallel timelines are hybrid of that species. And so this excerpt is like a third person narration of what happened between now and the year 3050. So this is how it goes. In ancient times, the barter system was replaced by physical money, which was nothing but paper or pieces of metal endorsed with a made-up value. Physical money replaced by bank and credit cards was still somewhat virtual. It could yet be factored in tangible form as needed. But then came virtual money, non-quantifiable. It could not be seen or touched, cybernetic. The irony of it was in the fact that this virtual money was to buy material luxuries. So this is what I wanted to point out when I wrote this, is that humans are still about physicality of things. Okay, while we are heading towards a virtual reality in every way. And soon it is going to catch up. That distance between virtual and physical is going to close in. And money is right now somewhere in between at the moment. It is a delicate thing, balancing the running of our society, the monetary exchange, no matter what it is. So in conclusion, Yuji had said it is better to be miserable with money than without money. So my problem is, how do I do that with a far-reaching goal that keeps changing and this monetary exchange now becoming virtual, while I still desire to own things with money that are physical? And I know that there will come a point where we will not know the difference between virtual and physical. Perhaps money is the second in line to go unseen. And all the efforts that we are putting into making money and, securing our future may not be needed. For soon, we may not desire physicality. So what was the first thing to go virtual? Well, our social presence, of course, if we care to recognize that, while we still can. Thank you for watching. Until next time, goodbye.